Perfect.
Just kidding.
Welcome home, everybody. This is the Residency Podcast. I'm Jeff Tomastic with Drew Belcher and Lo Raven.
Hello.
We are here in Las Vegas bringing you our takes on the biggest stories in entertainment, business, hospitality, and pop culture. Getting into it, episode 30. Let's go. How's everybody feeling? You good?
It's nice, man. It's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a lot of extra energy in this room today.
A lot of extra energy in the room today, too.
We were bumping that shit heavy, too, before you walked in.
Yeah, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Rack those streams up, guys.
Yeah, numbers. So electronic music has absolutely taken over American pop culture over the past several years, and we have one of the biggest superstar DJs in the world with us today. Good friend who also happens to be a Las Vegas resident.
Hey!
Bilal in the building. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me. Proud to be a Vegas local with a bunch of other Vegas locals in quarantine land.
Let's go.
In quarantine land. This is
quarantine
it.
land. This is it.
Yeah. Used to be tourist land, now it's just quarantine land.
For sure.
This is it. Just
much
locals,
different.
Locals doing nothing. and
Or
videotaping it.
risky tourists that just like are looking to engage in the Vegas culture.
People don't give a shit, dude.
Hey, the
People
strip's
don't
wilding out right now, too, still.
It's
Still.
one thing we found out. The care factor
It's
is
literally the Wild
real
Wild
low.
West. It's literally the Wild Wild West.
As time goes on, care factor is like reversing
Yeah.
like that.
No, 100%. That's what we have, too. Every day that someone doesn't get sick, they're like, what?
We're good, bro.
Vegas.
We're good.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
go to
going out.
Vegas.
Trump survived, so I will too.
Bro, I'm
100%.
good. I'm good. $100 room rates. Get me to Vegas. Let's wild the fuck out. And they are.
I literally
right.
wonder how many people saw the Trump escapade and said to themselves, I'm going to be good now.
We're good.
That guy's good.
100%.
He's 74.
Bro,
Yeah,
and
feels
overweight. He's good. Eats McDonald's
Is he
every day.
overweight?
Well, they classified him as like actually obese.
Oh, really?
Or whatever.
Interesting.
Based on his
For
weight
sure.
class,
He
yeah.
looks overweight even with a suit on. Could you imagine without a suit on? When he wears the white golf polo, terrible, tucked in, you can really know. I'm sure Trump is actually at risk of every factor of someone who's actually at risk of COVID making it worse. For sure has all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, most likely.
For sure has all of them.
Completely non-politically, though. Can we just talk about The Fly?
Yeah, it's great.
During the debate.
Pence
and
fly?
how fast Biden on his website got the fly swatter up there. Did you guys
So
see that?
fast.
It was within minutes that $10 for a fly swatter. Brilliant. Like, absolutely brilliant. It completely, politics aside, like, that was hilarious.
Oh, the best.
No one
Crushed
said
it.
anything about the debate except for the fly.
No questions were answered at all. Completely run around, but the fly.
I
The
went,
fucking
I went on
fly.
Twitter right after, right? I went on Twitter and I was trying to just find like, oh, this person did this. No, it was fly.
There's even a Mike Pence fly Twitter. There's a Mike Pence fly Instagram account.
I'm sure there's
Bro,
a
it's
fly
already got like
TikTok.
50,000 followers.
They're hot.
Fly talk.
Yeah, bro. I was like, come
you
on.
guys remember the world record egg?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
How fast that popped and came down.
Blew
this
up.
is the same shit.
Yeah.
The Mike
The
Pence
same
fly is
shit.
going to be the next world record egg.
I mean,
Highly possible.
now there's fly talk, so you know.
I can't. You know what it is? Like you cannot make one mistake.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
don't. Or not even it's your fault. If something happens, that's it for you. That's your thing. You're a meme. It's over.
Yeah, you think you may have done great during the debate, may or not have, but you let a fly land on you?
At
you're
least
fucked.
this debate, what was interesting is like compared to the other debate, people were at least like giving each other a little bit more time
Yeah,
to
yeah.
speak.
For sure.
It was a little bit more constructive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fly.
Yeah, the fucking fly came out of nowhere.
ruins it.
Just wanted to drop a bomb on all you guys.
Do you think Kamala Harris even noticed? And then she got off stage, and her chief
Oh,
of staff was like, "You're not going to believe this," but he had a fly on his face the whole time. The internet's going crazy. You won. You won. You default won.
What were their team like? What do you think Pence's team was thinking when they were watching that on their like monitor behind the stage? They were like, "What do you even do?"
That's
I
actually,
would hate to be there.
I guess actually debates are like one of the first time because normally if you're an anchor or anything else on TV, you have something in your ear, right? Someone's talking to you in your ear about something.
Yeah, but not on debate.
Yeah, not on debate,
Yeah.
so you can't reference information. So that's like the only time really where you have a fly on your face and no one can tell you like, yo, you got a fucking
And like,
fly on your
let's
face.
be real. We've all had flies that we don't feel, and then we feel them.
Yeah.
The problem is this one didn't move.
Yeah.
Bro, it
Yeah.
stayed right there, right on his head.
Right?
Like an
You
accessory.
think it was one of those mini drones? Like it was like a complete like movie style, you know? It's like one of those
Conspiracy
like,
theory or
It's
something.
already
That's
out.
their
Oh, that's
theory.
already been said.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to verify it, but it's
Deep state.
verified.
Deep
Deep
state
state, yeah.
drone the fly.
Heavy,
They drone
heavy.
the fly.
Send the fly in.
Well, I wonder what's going to happen next week. That's all I know. I wonder what's going to happen next week. Here we go. Quest to November, guys. So, by the way, really quick, Justin, your connection to Vegas. Obviously, since this is our city, this is like, we're really trying to push Las Vegas out here as much as possible too. When did you move here? Like, what's your connection with the city?
13 years old, so long timer. I've been here for 16 years. I went to college sometime in between, dropped out to be a DJ. Separate story. But I've been a Vegas native. I would consider myself from Vegas. I'm originally from New York, but I really grew up here.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And never wanted to leave too? Like even with the scene in Vegas? And
I love it, man. I live
Yeah.
by the mountains. I live like remotely, and then you have the beauty of the city 15 minutes away. You get the best of both worlds.
I like it. Never wanted to leave.
Do you think you'll ever leave?
I mean, I might have a beach house somewhere.
Yeah, there
I'm
you go.
looking at Antigua right now.
Yeah, of course.
But
Smart.
this will be home base. This will be home base.
Yeah, I love
probably
Vegas
for a
too.
long
I've been
time.
here forever as well. So
Especially when it became like full-time work zone for you too, especially with the club style stuff too. It makes life way easier.
Yeah, and I mean, as crazy as things are right now, the clubs probably will start opening up mid next year, or they'll start testing things, seeing if people will even come. I mean, that's a big question, but I know that the younger side of the U.S. population is fed up already, and so once the rapid tests start happening, like if you can get tested at the door, you have to wait 5 minutes, people will go.
Yeah.
You know, but we're still not there yet, but that'll happen soon, and you know. We're anticipating it'll be till summer of next year till I really start getting back on the road. But this has honestly been a pretty nice break for somebody who's been traveling the world for the past 10 years.
Nonstop.
It's
Wow.
kind of nice to take a break.
It's true.
This is the first break since I was 19.
That's crazy.
fucking wild.
Yeah, because no one would ever take a break like that too unless you're completely and utterly forced.
Yeah,
Right, 'cause
absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
it's
shows,
like,
no tour.
I wouldn't really like refuse money that's on the table for me to go play. I wouldn't refuse fans who want to see me play. You know, it's what I love to do. But a forced break is kind of nice. I mean, before this quarantine, I hadn't been in one place for more than 3 weeks for 10 years. So 3 weeks was the most amount of time I stayed in one spot
And was that here back home?
for a
chilling?
decade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Not even necessarily home. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it'll be in Asia or wherever I
Yeah,
am.
yeah. Gotcha.
So like this is definitely the longest period of time I've had in one place in like the most memorable part of my
Yeah,
life.
adulthood.
Wow,
Yeah.
you miss it, or you
My
kind of like
adulthood.
this side too? Some people are saying they don't want quarantine to end.
I really like this side.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like I like super chill or super fast go hard. The in between
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of, but
Yeah.
like I really enjoy pure relaxation time and then also like going hard time. So this has been a nice balance. And
Yeah.
when things go back to normal, I'll be ready to go hard again.
Yeah,
Love
for sure.
it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
It hit me that point too, where the first little while was okay, and now I'm getting a little
You
itchy.
get restless, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You're
getting a little
restless.
itchy for some craziness, just a little bit, or some traveling. I haven't been anywhere.
Have you guys picked up any unique hobbies in quarantine?
Yeah, this podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast, the dad life,
Yeah,
being
dad,
a dad.
like,
kid.
my biggest hobby.
It's a hobby.
honestly.
That's a hobby. It's a hobby. Yeah, it's not a
Getting
passion.
peed-
It's a
getting
hobby.
peed on.
Get a little pissed on, you know.
Yeah, I decided to join and get someone pregnant too, so that's been my hobby as well too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Jeff was fucking. I
Yeah.
was changing diapers.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Two diaper champions over here.
100%. Future.
Reigning diaper champion.
Prepping.
Future challenger.
Prepping, yeah, practicing.
All right.
A lot of YouTube videos. No, it's good. Yeah, did you do a lot of stuff for COVID too? You get, you some self improvement.
Self-improvement, I guess. I mean, to be honest, I've been like working a lot.
That's good.
Yeah.
On
good.
other like random. So I started. There's this whole world of digital art. We could talk about that for hours. We don't have to talk about that the whole time. But imagine a painting, right? And an artist spends hours and hours of effort into putting their message into a canvas, and then someone buys that physical canvas. There's really not much different with a graphic designer and a musician putting hours and hours of time into an animation.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Now imagine somebody can buy that animation that has custom audio and custom visuals and display it on a Samsung frame digital TV on loop in their house. It's literally a
Yeah.
piece of art that they own. The difference is one is physical and there's only one of them, right? The digital one, anyone can look at it online. So why would you pay for that? Well, people are paying for it now.
That's crazy.
People are paying to be the owners of a piece of digital art. And it's been an incredible opportunity for me as someone who hasn't been touring. I've been working with my graphic designer. We've spent hours and hours of time making these pieces, these little digital art pieces. They're really complex and they're really awesome. All the audio is custom, unreleased audio that I built, and they're selling like hotcakes. We did 65 grand in sales in the past 30 days.
That's wild.
Oh, wow.
So-
And it's
So
only
not
distributed-
struggling.
It's only
No.
distributed to one person, so that one person can get it, or anybody can buy it.
So depending on the art, so we've released. I'll give you kind of the kind of quick explanation. We've released 7 pieces so far.
Okay.
3 with one platform, 4 with another platform, like a marketplace
Yep.
for the
Yeah,
art.
yeah.
Yep.
One of these platforms is called Block Party. The other is called Nifty Gateway. The first 3 that we sold, there are different numbers of editions. So the more rare, the more expensive. There was a 1 of 1 edition
Yeah.
that sold for 12 grand. There were 3 of 3 editions, so like 3 editions of something
Yep.
that sold for 2 grand each, and then 5 editions of one that sold for 1 grand each. So the
Yeah.
total of that ended up 23 grand in total sales. That was our first drop.
Yeah.
Our last drop we did actually 2 days ago and it sold out in 14 seconds.
It's crazy.
So we launched 40 pieces of art that an edition of 20, an edition of 15, and an edition of 5.
Yeah.
All of that totaled 21 grand in sales in 14 seconds. That's how
Wow.
fast it lasted. And then we had an auction that was a 24-hour auction, and that was the one of one edition, and that ended up selling for 21 as well. So
That's crazy.
23 plus 42, 65 in the past 30 days, and we've barely even started.
How long are
So
they?
it's really
like how
exciting.
long is
The
the?
clips range from 15 to 36 seconds.
Oh, just
Got
loop
it.
them.
And it just loops.
Yeah.
That's fire.
And some of them loop. Some of them loop. The issue is that there's not really a good looping video software that's available to consumers yet.
Yeah.
So like in our editing software, it's easy for us to make the clips loop perfectly, and we're like, oh, this works. Then we realize when like other people own it, the online players don't. There's like a delay when it goes back to the beginning, so it looks bad.
Sure.
So we're actually building software that perfectly loops clips for consumers, and you could display it on your wall. It actually
Yeah, that would be insane.
looks sick. And you have it's basically all done on the blockchain, right? So you pay for this, and your record of ownership is recorded on the blockchain. So even though someone else might be able to display it in their house, you have the actual physical ownership
Sure.
of the file.
So we're living in 2020, guys. Justin is in 2035.
Yeah, for
maybe.
sure. 100%.
That conversation.
100%.
But that's what I've been spending a lot of my time on. So
That's
even
rad.
in the car ride here, I was talking to my art director. I mean, we're working on this stuff every day. Some of the clips are, it's really cool stuff. It's
That's
really,
awesome.
really fun stuff.
So where can the people get them too? When's the next drop?
So I created a separate alias for our project because his alias is Slime Sunday, my alias is Blau. So we made our kind of collaborative alias SSX Blau.
Okay.
So Slime Sunday times Blau, literally.
Yeah.
Very,
Okay.
very
Right.
SSX
That makes sense.
tricky.
Yeah.
SSX tricky inspired, not really. No, but you can just go to ssx3lau.art and all the pieces are there. And we literally just started this thing, and it's crazy how many people are.
That's awesome,
getting
man.
excited
Yeah, that's
about it.
insane, right?
That's
the
it.
market decides, and obviously it's fucking taking
And
off.
what's even crazier is, so like the people that bought our pieces, they're already selling for 4 times as much in the market.
Stop. Oh my God, you're going to create a whole resale culture
got
just
the
like
next
shoes
one?
and shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
oh
very
my
similar
God.
to
Hey,
sneaker
you can see
culture.
my
Yeah, there we
app.
go.
You can see my app, ArtX.
ArtX.
Yeah,
is my
ArtX.
app.
Yeah, the resale value. God, this is great too. I'm getting on that shoe game, just the art game, digital art game.
Yeah,
Reselling.
seriously, and a lot of people that are in the shoe game are like starting to gravitate towards this digital art game because, like, imagine Cause does a digital art piece,
Yeah.
right? Have you guys heard of Wisby? The guy
No.
who does
No.
the bear figurine.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I've seen
so
them.
he
Yeah,
did a
for
digital-
sure.
The prison bear, right? With the
Yep.
gummy bear or whatever?
Yeah, the gummy bears.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he did a digital art drop, and it like also sold out really quickly. And it's a new trend. It's only really existed in the past. It's existed for 2 years, but it's only started trending in a big way in the past 4 months.
Got it.
So the
Okay.
highest digital art piece so far, record sale, was one piece for 100 grand.
And that was Cause with me?
That was not Wisby. That was another
Oh, somebody
relatively unknown crypto
wow,
artist.
that's crazy then.
And then yesterday there was a Christie's auction of a physical art piece that interacted with a digital art piece, and that sold for 131 grand. So technically that's the highest, but that
Yeah.
had a physical component as well.
Yo, new markets out there. Like
It's
seriously,
wild.
every
I love
day.
it. I love that.
So it grew
That's so
like
cool.
in the past 2 years, 2 million in sales from March to now.
Yeah.
Like 200 million in sales.
That is insane.
So it's a new trend. I think COVID probably.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, everyone's just
Accelerated.
kicking it.
Yeah,
It makes
for sure.
Everybody
Yeah.
wanted, literally, everybody wanted to like upgrade their house, upgrade their art pieces, everything during COVID, right? Like that, you were sitting in your house all day. You wanted your space to become better. That's why the what's that? The website that all the people were buying furniture on, but then they thought it was like human trafficking.
Oh right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wayfair.
They exploded because everybody
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
like furniture.
Do stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Little kids? Or
Yeah.
Or little kids, or little kids, or little kids.
If you think about it, though, the concept's not that different from a lot of other things that we've already experienced.
Yeah.
It just feels weird. So the example I like to give is gaming.
Yep.
Right? In Fortnite, how much are people spending on avatars?
Yeah.
all the time.
Think about it. It's a part of their identity, right?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
when you own a piece of digital art, it's like an avatar is just a digital thing. It doesn't really matter in the grand spectrum of life, but someone still pays for it.
Yeah.
Those are
It matters
the
to them.
skins, right?
The skins.
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
So that's like one example of something that, people like show off their
That's like the
digital
best
avatar.
reference that
I'm
yeah.
seeing some hologram art coming soon in the next 20 years or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that,
So we're doing some projection mapping stuff.
See.
There it is.
That's it.
Tw-
Yeah.
2035. Here we are,
2040,
dude.
2040
Jesus,
now.
dude.
We're all in. We're all in because we're seeing people really get excited about this. The other kind of like earliest form of digital scarcity, this concept of digital scarcity, is the verification check mark on Instagram.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
It's a digitally
sure.
scarce asset that people perceive to be valuable.
100%.
Right?
Absolutely.
This is not new. It's just manifesting itself in a new way. And people are like, it's hard to understand, but then once you actually start collecting, like I started my digital collection, it's so much fun. It really is.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. Like you get something out of owning it, right? Like look at Mona Lisa is a great example I give people. It's one of the most widely replicated pieces of art on Earth.
Yeah.
People know the Mona Lisa more than any other art piece ever in existence. How many versions have you seen of it? So many. When you look at it on the computer, you just get a different. And I haven't seen the Mona Lisa in person, but like you probably get a different feeling when you're standing in front of the real.
Sure, absolutely, 100%.
Right? So someone who owns like one of our pieces probably feels differently about it, knowing that they supported the artist that they bought it from.
Yeah. And they have the one.
Yeah. And they have the one. And pretty much anyone who's bought one of our pieces so far, I'll follow them on Twitter and create a personal connection with them because they supported us.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So it's way
great.
beyond the art itself. I think it's going to be really interesting to see other big figures get involved.
That's rad.
Step up your digital art game. Dude.
Yeah,
Step
come
it
on,
up. Step it up, guys. This regular art's got to go.
Banana whiskey art. Where is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
See, I've liquid art, digital art, liquid art.
Hey, all these listeners are gonna be like, "Yo, these guys eat some fucking mushrooms
Yes.
before they're what are they talking about, dude?"
I love the real deal. Before you were a digital art maven over here, music. I mean, let's really go back to the beginning real quick too, because obviously this isn't a music podcast. We want our listeners to really get a little background on you too. How did you really get started in the music industry, and when did you really realize that this like holy shit moment? I'm going to do this full time. I know I read a story too that you were going to could have gone into finance, and you just kicked that to the curb. You said, "Hey, I'll be
Still
a DJ."
am involved in the financial world in other ways, but yeah, I when I was younger, my goal was to work in business, take a traditional route. And then when I'm 40 years old, say, fuck it, I'm rich enough, I'm going to be able to make music the rest of my life. It ended up going the opposite way.
There we go.
By accident. I uploaded some stuff to Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud back when I was 19. It went viral. Some colleges started to, ask for me to perform while I was still in college. So I'd be flying out on weekends to other schools, playing frat basements, getting paid like $500, $1,000.
Yeah, that's right.
Then all of a sudden, those prices kept rising and rising. I brought on a big agent who had a lot of power, who got me in front of the clubs and festivals, started doing that stuff. And this was kind of right at the birth of EDM in America. It wasn't really that big yet. This is like right around early Avicii days.
Okay, yeah.
When like literally was starting to I was on the come up right when Levels kind of hit. And so, there weren't that many American DJs. There were, but not that many that were making their own music. So that's kind of what separated me from a lot of like the more club hip hop DJs that were around.
Top 40 open format guys.
Exactly. So because I was making my own stuff, it like created more of an identity for me and fans, and I just started, opening up for Macklemore, for Wiz Khalifa, all these other hip hop guys. They wanted the DJ to open up for the big guys, but they wanted a name, not just like a regular DJ. So I would tour the colleges, and then all of a sudden I was headlining them like a couple years later, playing EDC, Ultra, all the big festivals, and came out with a couple songs that did really well on the radio, and here we are 10 years later.
Crazy. 10 years.
Yeah, seriously. It's a wild story because when you actually dive in head first, what was like the first big like real moment you were like, okay, wow, this is...
Yeah, there are always like moments along the way, right? So I've been doing it for about a decade, but the first moment was the USC Southern California ski and snowboarding team used one of my songs in their like trick video.
Oh,
so people were doing backflips to my
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
And
dope.
everyone in the YouTube comments like, what's this song? What's the song? They all looked me up. And that was like a huge part of my career, a huge moment. Like I think it had like 15 million views, something crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like just the fact that my song was there, it was free distribution. At the time, Facebook didn't have like an algorithm that stopped distribution.
Yeah. All the
So
copyright
if you
music,
liked my page, you'd get everything. At the time. You see it all.
Yeah.
You're really subscribing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what that like button used to be. But yeah, so I would just push it to SoundCloud for free, and people would listen to it.
Spread it.
Bloggify wasn't really a thing. Blogs were a big thing. Kind of, we were probably all around close to the same age.
Yeah.
And when we were in college, like that's people. We'd go to the blogs. This song is sick. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, this song is sick.
Yeah.
Every little genre had their own blog you go into, and they had that list every day.
And all the colleges around the country were looking at those blogs, and those blogs were posting my music. So I have them to thank for building my career. And then as we all got older, as our generation got older, they had enough money to pay for the clubs, and so I was playing the clubs, and I kind of just grew with our generation. There were a couple of moments along the way. I had a big hit in 2014 called "How You Love Me" that was on the radio. That was #1. That was like a big booster. I came out with an album in 2018 that was also #1 for a little while. And so just like things that, along the way, I've been around for a while. It's kind of hard to maintain a career for a long time in music. Usually people have one hit and they come down. But along the way, I've just tried to make, to push the music forward, push the boundaries of creativity. And the fans love it. And I'm just going to keep doing it until they get bored.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully they never do.
Fuck.
Did you get that same feeling that like, because I remember being in college too, right? being flown around, going to another school, getting $500 or $1,000 when you were in college? Like that was a gigantic
I never got
deal.
$500,000 in one night. That's a big number.
Okay,
but,
a couple $100 or whatever it was, like that
Yeah,
was like
yeah, yeah.
huge when you were in college, right? Was like that feeling as amazing as like the feeling when you really actually hit like your first real big show, those first real big checks?
Yeah, I mean, the checks were kind of the proof that it's what I should be doing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, money was never the goal, but it was the proof that I should be dedicating my life to it. The best moment I had was EDC 2017, headlining like one of the bigger stages. And this year, of course, that COVID happened, I was supposed to like headline main stage 9 p.m. on Friday, which is like one of the best slots.
Yeah,
you
one of the
can
best
get.
slots.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll do it next year, but not happening. this year.
2021, let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
2021. But no, I mean, like, there have been some really cool moments. Like, I'm good buddies with Gronk, so Gronk came out on stage with me at Ultra. That was a big,
That's
that must
fucking
be
dope,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
that was a huge moment. It was really, really fun. He loves to party, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, and just getting to work with really cool people, like remixing Ariana Grande and Katy Perry and Rihanna, and
It's incredible.
being, well, actually, I can't say, but I'm like relatively involved with some internal music awards things. So yeah,
Oh, shit,
it's
okay.
cool. It's
Almost
like,
let it
it's
slip
fun.
right there. Almost
Yeah,
some secret
yeah,
knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like it's fun. It's nice to be respected, and like the goal that I had when I started making music was to create an emotional impact in someone else and to be respected for my craft, not to be a one-hit wonder. That was never the goal. I don't want to
Yeah.
be that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
I want people to listen to my music for years into the future, not just like for 5 days.
Sure.
Yeah, for
On
sure.
the next TikTok,
Yep.
hit. Right. So it's been great, and I love being here in Vegas. It's obviously a capital for entertainment.
For sure.
I've gotten the privilege to another big moment. Life is Beautiful 2018. I did
Yeah.
a collab with the Blue Man Group. Huge like inspiration.
Yeah.
when I was
Yeah,
growing
for
up.
sure.
So
All
that
of
was,
us growing up, yeah.
That was awesome. Worked with them on stage. Did a whole performance with them. And when things go back to normal, hopefully I'll have some other cool collabs
Yeah.
to plan. Maybe with some digital art components. Who knows?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the whole thing. He's going to build the stage and then perform on it, the whole entire thing.
I would love to perform in an art installation on stage. Somehow like do some crazy mirror laser shit.
That'd be wild.
Let's go.
I mean, so
Art
what,
Basel.
what, what
So
do
I
you
have
what do
this
you like the
vision.
most?
So I have this vision, okay? Hear me out. I want to create a laser vortex around the DJ booth and put the DJ booth in like let's call it a rectangular room with the front open. So there are walls that are all mirrored inside. You've got the lights on the stage around, so you still kind of have like the big lasers and all the other stuff around the DJ booth, but condensed in the DJ booth. It's just this laser matrix that moves around on the song. So it's like I don't want to call it 4-dimensional, but it's like when you watch a performance, the DJ and all the other shit around it are like the two elements, right?
Yeah.
You've got the LED screens and the lasers and the lights, but the DJ's just kind of there. I want to separate myself from all the craziness, and that way there's this like push and pull of lighting. So like I could be blacked out, the
Yeah.
lights are going, and then I could be lit up and everything else gets blacked out. And so it creates this like extra dimension of the
Yeah.
performance. So I'm really experimenting with that. It's very expensive to do this stuff.
That sounds
bet.
fucking
But-
out of this
Yeah,
world.
seriously,
literally.
sounds epic.
So I'm like in the DJ booth and all the walls are mirrored. So when a laser hits, it's like literally bouncing around within this like frame.
Box, yeah.
And then on the drop, the fucking big lights come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're
Dude,
working
I
on-
pictured it.
working
That
on-
was good, dude. He got it.
Honestly, like you just put yourself into. It's like feels so long since I've been at something that could ever even be like that.
I
you
know,
Like,
I
You
know.
want to see some photos?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Do you like have like
So
absolutely?
this
I
is
can't
like-
even remember what it's like to be at like
No.
Omnia with
I
the
know.
thing not going crazy. Like,
Yeah.
the spaceship dropping down. Yeah.
They did it.
good.
They did an incredible job.
Great job.
on that. So this is like the first concept that we like. This is just a proof of concept that we did in LA, but basically we put myself in this like prism vortex.
Oh wow.
So it's literally like a force field. It looks like I'm DJing in a force field.
Oh come on.
Yeah. So this
the
was
fuck
like our
outta
first
here.
It looks like he's being abducted by like,
aliens.
UFOs.
Seriously.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you guys can't see this, but it looks like he's being abducted by a UFO.
Exactly.
It's fucking
So,
wild.
Like, we kind of created this, with mirrors and stuff.
Oh, that's
We
wild.
Created like
Yeah,
this
it's crazy.
really unique environment that's not like typical for.
But I think
DJs.
that's actually kind of where entertainment is heading, right? Too, like nightclubs in Vegas will show you that too over the past 5 years, right? The music need the other elements around the music.
Oh, yeah.
You like make the entire experience, and it has to continue to grow, right? Like things have happened right now too. Were insane when they did, and now it's like, okay, cool. What's next?
Yeah,
And
things
how
are
can
only
I
evolving.
how can I make this music even better? Or the experience.
My
grow?
what I tell everyone is like, why do people pay for a ticket? Number one, they pay to hang out with their friends to have a good time in the moment, but they're also paying for a memory.
Sure.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
we want to give them the best memory they can possibly have if they're willing to pay $40.
Yeah.
Whatever they're willing to pay.
Sure.
We want them to walk away saying, "Holy fuck, that was a
And they connect
life-changing
you to that,
moment.
right?
Yeah.
And I want those people to remember those moments at a time like this where everyone's like stuck, not able to do stuff. People party all the time, but when they come party with me, I want it to be the fucking best party
Love
they've
that.
ever gone to. And that's my goal.
We
that's the
may
mission,
have to
right?
find out firsthand.
Dude,
Yeah,
we're
that's the
going.
vision.
We're fucking going. Once
Yeah, I
the world
wanna be
opens up,
there.
we're coming.
I mean, so what do you like more? Do you like sitting in the studio or your room or wherever and having that connection and creating that masterpiece or that piece of music, or do you like performing that song more for the live crowd? Because you're known to be a
So-
crazy live performer.
I hope so. Thank you. Funny enough, like after 800 shows in my life, the live show, everything around the live show, I hate. So getting on the airplane half hungover in the morning is the worst thing ever. Going from like New York or Vegas to New York, New York, Tokyo, Tokyo to Korea, Korea to Hawaii to San Francisco in like 6 days, like that sucks.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Right. But I tell people that I don't get paid to DJ. I get paid to travel and put my body through hell so that I could DJ, which
Yeah,
is the fun part.
that's the job.
So the performance is the fun part. But I actually, I would say I actually do enjoy making music more than performing it. But there's like this push-pull relationship with that as well. So like if I've played a song a lot of times, every time I play it, I'm like already bored of it because
Sure.
I've played it like 700 times.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But if it's something that I've worked on that's new, the excitement that I get to test it out, there's nothing like it.
Yes,
Right?
That build up,
So there
right?
are
That rush,
moments in
yeah.
the set like where I'm about to play a new song and I get fucking stoked, right?
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
I'm playing
yeah.
stuff that I've already heard, many, many times that the fans still need to hear, right? Because they want to hear my songs.
Yeah.
But it's not as like exciting. It's still fucking exciting, don't get me wrong. But I'm most excited when I've tested something in the studio and now I get to play it for the first time.
and, you
live.
and then
Sure,
you get that reaction.
sure.
You're getting their energy off
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
So like exactly. So like perfect example, 2018 Life is Beautiful Blue Man Group. So I did a collab with Ninja.
Yeah.
He like did
Yeah, the gamer.
vocal
Yeah,
on
yeah.
one of my songs.
Yeah,
it's
that's
called
rad.
it's called Game
Yeah, we
Time.
saw. Yeah.
The first time I played that song was at Life is Beautiful with Blue Man Group when we like were slingshotting fucking t-shirts.
Yeah, that's
and those are the moments that like can't be replaced. Right.
Yeah, I love that, man.
So it's always
cool.
like 3 minutes or 3 to 6 minutes of the hour that I'm like fucking stoked.
Yeah.
The rest
That's
of the
like
hour,
the pinnacle
I've done
of
a
the
lot of
show.
times.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I was getting that vibe too. I mean, obviously you're known for your live performances, but having this conversation, I feel like you're putting so much into that craft and
Yeah, the artist
and
part.
creating that piece of music for someone to have that emotional connection to.
Yeah, and
is where I think you
sometimes
bloom
it's
the
like,
best.
What's interesting, like I played in Miami. I don't remember when it was. I played at Live the end of last year. And there was this video that showed up in the EDM Facebook group, and it was a video of me standing there, like just not like I looked really bored.
Sure.
And I was like mad at myself. Like, why was I? I was changing songs. Like I was just like it was in the middle of the night. When I play a festival, I kind of know what I'm going to do in advance because we've got like all this crazy shit planned.
Yeah.
But in a club, I'm winging it. Right. Sometimes I'll even download music from the internet while I'm playing.
Lit. Let's
I do
go.
it all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So I think I'm like someone must have caught me while I was like downloading something, or I was just like kind of standing there, and it looked really fucking boring, and I got so much heat. Like Blau's not into it. Blah. I'm like, guys, you literally just caught me at the wrong moment. I must have been like I looked at I agree. I look really fucking bored here.
This clip looks horrible.
It
dude.
looks really bad, admittedly, but
Yeah.
like I must have been doing something, and people were like, okay. But I like that the reputation is that I throw a crazy show because when I do perform, and even in my streams, there's a certain point like when I've been doing these streams at home, I'm not playing to a crowd. It's kind of hard to get into it.
No, for sure.
But after 5 minutes and I'm bumping the music, I just like forget that there's no crowd. I try to train myself because if someone's watching a stream, like they better be interested.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
I'm not going to be like streaming
Yeah.
and be like.
I feel
in their bedroom, just like
I feel like people who are watching the streams are like even more diehard because you're taking out a lot of the elements of the live show, like you said, being with friends, drinking, all these other things too. If someone's really streaming it, they're serious fans. Like they're
Yeah,
there.
and we've had like 2,000 people show up, which is not like a lot for a live stream, but unfortunately, like we don't really do too many because I feel like it's not the same experience. Like I'm not watching my favorite DJ stream.
Never.
Yeah,
It's just
For
not
sure.
interesting
Yeah.
to me. So the digital art was kind of a way to do something a little bit more special and different. But everyone's like every artist or entertainer is looking for new things to do in this time.
yeah.
Yeah. of course.
Experimenting, because now's the time to experiment. Everyone's stuck.
Did you ever think that electronic music would get this big in the U.S.? Like, did you ever really think
Yes.
it would take over to this
I bet,
this
I,
mainstream?
bet
shit.
my, I bet my life on it.
well, yeah, no
Yeah,
shit,
there you
right?
go.
Like
Facts.
I felt that being in college, like when I was doing these frat parties, it was the first time people were like raving in their basements here. Younger, our generation, like raves had existed in the U.S. for a while,
Yeah.
but it was the first time raves were getting mainstream. Like they were always viewed as like these drug dens, like 40-year-olds.
Sure.
Like that's not what it is at all. But that's how like the public perceived it, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it flipped, and raves were everything. Now it's kind of flipped back to hip hop, but music world goes through cycles.
Of course, yeah, for sure.
And people still love raving. So.
Yep.
No, seriously, like, yeah.
So wild.
I mean, I know that, like, the evolution, especially, like, from us being in Vegas, and I used to be in nightlife, and so we're all involved, or used to be involved in hospitality.
Where do you guys work?
I used to work at Hoxton Group a long time ago, yeah.
Was I a resident when you
Yeah,
were
you
there?
were,
Oh,
for
sick.
sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite residencies. to
What's
this
your
day.
favorite nightclub in Vegas?
Yeah.
You don't have to say a
It's
contractual
probably
agreement.
Hakkasan.
Hakkasan?
Oh wow.
Not Omnia. There's only one reason why I like Hakkasan more than Omnia. The having your friends in the DJ booth at Hakkasan behind you.
Oh.
Is because the DJ booth in Omnia you can't have your friends right there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at Hakkasan they're
One
right
back.
behind you. So like it's cool to be able to play and interact with friends
Sure.
and people and having them right there. It feels more like a traditional club, whereas Omnia feels more like a stage.
Sure.
Which is still
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
frickin'
the
sick.
DJ booth at Omni is massive.
It's unbelievable. But
Yeah.
remember, the tables are seated below.
Yeah.
Below, yeah.
So when I'm DJing a festival, it's nice to have a stage. But when I'm in a club, I actually really do like engaging with friends and people around me. It makes me
Yeah,
feel like
for
I'm
sure.
a part of it
Yeah.
instead of pitching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's half the fun of it, too. Bringing your people with you to have.
bring your homies in.
Bringing
Yeah.
randoms up from the
Yeah.
crowd.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Do you have a crazy story of anyone trying to do something crazy to get in on the stage or in the booth ever? Any show?
There's always someone.
There's always something like that.
The craziest shit
go,
I've
dude.
ever seen, aside from like the stereotypical like flashing tits and
Yeah.
whatever, like the craziest thing I've seen outside of that was someone crowd surfing in a wheelchair. That
No.
Stop,
they
dude.
literally
That happened?
picked a kid up in a wheelchair.
At
Spring
nightclub or
Awakening
festival?
Chicago at a festival in 2013 or 14. It was a moment that like I was on stage. I literally froze.
Be careful!
I was like,
Don't drop him, dude.
and he had an American flag in his hand too. It was
Oh, come on,
special.
dude.
It was
Respect.
special.
Dude, could you imagine that the people bringing that wheelchair through the crowd surf, like getting a fucking finger stuck in like one of the wheels? Like,
Yeah,
dude,
right.
just- come on, man.
That probably happened. Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's been damage that's happened. That
Imagine the confidence, though. You're just having a good time in a wheelchair. Going, oh, no, where I got it. You're just like, oh, shit, okay.
Let's put him up. Let's put him
we
up.
got this.
He's like,
Light work. No problem. Easy. Obviously at nightlife, too, we had seen everything, too, right? People have done everything and everything on God's green earth to try to get to the DJ booth.
underage girls trying to get in the club.
Everything, man.
All of it.
So do you like festivals or clubs better as it comes to performing? I mean, they're two totally.
I get
completely
that question a lot. It's really it depends on my mood and the day. I'm very particular.
16-hour flight.
It really depends. Like there are certain clubs that are special experiences. Like playing in Miami is a really special experience because the crowd is actually not the crowd is not as like hands up crazy in Miami. It's such a part of the culture there. They actually like more so enjoy themselves than they do rage.
Sure.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
the most part. Like they'll go a little bit, but a
And
lot
Miami's
of time in
very
Miami,
gaudy, too.
the first time I played in Miami, I looked out in the crowd and people like weren't like going nuts, and I felt kind of weird about it. Then I realized over time, after playing Miami over and over again, and working with Dave Gruntman and all their clubs, and I played all their clubs many times, and they were amazing. I played 2 hours in Miami. The only other place I played 2 hours is Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is in Vegas, it's mostly touristy, and like only half the club are fans. Or
Sure,
maybe
yeah.
Sure.
even less. Whereas in Miami, most of them who come are fans.
Yeah, they're
they're
coming
just
to
like
see you.
there to party with each other, and the music happens to be an accessory. And
Yeah.
once you get used to that, it's actually really enjoyable to play there because I kind of get to fuck around more.
Yeah.
I get to like experiment more. Whereas
Yeah.
when it's my show and the crowd like is paying 100% attention to everything I do, I have to play like only my stuff. I have a lot of songs to get through, so like an hour and a half is not that much time to play all my stuff. I want to play other people's new stuff,
Yeah.
right? And I have all these constraints. Whereas in Miami, if I decide to like play some like tech house for like 15 minutes, like they'll go with it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And
Just
that's
ride it,
why I
yeah.
love playing in Miami, especially. Vegas is definitely more pop leaning.
Yeah,
still
for sure.
Yeah.
still super fun.
And you have to kind of keep that energy throughout the entire set.
For sure.
Yeah.
in Vegas for sure.
And then
Yeah.
festivals, like people expect to hear shit they've never heard before. So that's
the
where
newest,
the
yeah.
newest hottest shit. But like clubs, not really. They want something that's familiar
yeah.
for the most
Absolutely.
part. They want to know what's going on. So like there are all these different circumstances, and after 800 shows later, I've learned kind of what people prefer in different environments. Like
Absolutely.
when I'm in a club in Manila, right? Some of them know my music, some of them don't. But I'm going to play like American pop hits and mix them in with other stuff because I know that they're going to be familiar with that stuff.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
And I don't necessarily know what they're familiar with. So I'll ask people before I play. I'll ask like the promoter, like if I'm in the Philippines, I'll be like, yo, what's hot now? I'll download shit last minute. I'll experiment. Like that's really fun too. So it's all, and then Europe is like more like strict on tastes. Like they don't love pop all the time. Like they want, Every place
Yeah.
is different,
Yeah.
and that's been such a privilege of mine, like getting to see people's differing music tastes depending on where you are.
Has that travel aspect of this too? I know traveling is exhausting and stuff too, but over being able to see all these places and all over the world, has that been like probably one of the best things of the job?
Yeah, yes and no.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that I've gotten to see a lot of places. The negative is that I never get to see them for long enough.
To do
Yeah.
anything there?
Got it.
So
Yeah.
what I've done in later years of my career is I've like made it a point to stay in the places that I love. So like Japan is one of my favorite places in the world. I wrote a song about Japan that did really, it's probably my biggest song in the past year called Tokyo.
Yeah.
And
Just
I
listening
lit-
to it actually. What do we got here?
Yeah, we had it
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I literally wrote the song about, I wanted to capture the feelings that I had walking around town at night in Tokyo, which is like a totally different experience than anything else I've had ever. It's a very different city. I highly recommend at some point in your life go. The human beings that live in Japan are some of the most respectful individuals I've ever met. There's no like entitlement. Everyone is helpful and polite. Everything is immaculately clean, and their culture is super artistic. So highly recommend taking
Yeah.
a trip to Japan. But I have gotten to see a lot of really cool places, and I feel really privileged. Like I did an island trip in the Philippines before my Manila show. I literally like island hopped for like 4 or 5 days.
That's rad.
It's something that I'd never get to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But then I've also like been stuck in Jakarta for 7 days, and like Jakarta's not the best place to get stuck.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a cultural experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you walk around Jakarta, you're just like, wow, I've never really known what it means to be in a truly impoverished country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you get all of it, and it's all great. It's all positive experience, right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Just cultural awareness now that you have, that you, like just being able to go to that many places in that short amount of time that you've been there is just
And
wild.
a lot of Americans like fantasize Europe. I think like I don't know about you guys, but most of my friends are really excited about going to Greece and going
Yeah,
to
no, for
Italy,
sure.
and
Of
like
course,
that's
yeah.
what like people do. People don't go to Asia because there's more of a language barrier and because it's more unknown. But I would recommend like for anyone, if you want to travel, go to Asia. It's a different world. It's the future. It's an unbelievable, magical place. When I'm in Europe, I feel like I'm living in a history book, which is cool. When I'm
Yeah,
in Asia,
that's a
I
good way
have
to
no
put it.
fucking clue what's going on, and I love it.
Is that your favorite place that you've traveled to?
Anywhere in Asia, for the most part, yeah.
Got it. That's a
Japan,
really good way to put it.
Philippines. I mean, China's okay, little dirty at times, feels a little hazy at times, but Hong Kong is incredible.
Yeah.
Hong Kong is definitely up there for me compared to mainland. South Korea, oh my god, fucking Seoul is unbelievable. Business capital, beautiful place, immaculately clean. But it's everything's new there. All those economies are really new, so everything feels new.
It's making me miss traveling a lot.
Yeah.
I know. I mean,
Overseas.
Lowe's been going everywhere, but yeah, I haven't went anywhere.
Not
It's been,
overseas
a,
yet, though.
it's been a minute.
I haven't been.
overseas.
Yeah, I probably won't be overseas for a while. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I miss
What's your guys' feeling on travel right now? Like,
I've been doing it, but domestically.
Piece of shit.
I've been going to Miami a bunch, New York, California, obviously. But I don't know. I think it's very.
have you like? Do you get tested every time you get home?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah,
every
for
2
work,
weeks.
yeah.
Every 2
Yeah,
weeks. I get
cool,
tested every
yes.
2 weeks.
And all negative for you.
All negative, yeah.
Same for me. Like, I still haven't had a positive test. I'm pretty careful, but like, I feel like if you're careful, you're probably all right.
That's
as long
kind
as
of
you're
my
not
feeling,
stupid,
too.
as long as you have the hand sanitizer, you wear
Yeah.
the fucking mask, you're fine.
Yeah,
Like
I
on a
wipe down
plane.
my seat when I get there. I do all the things. I keep my mask on the whole time. Like I'm following the right procedures, and I think that's kind of beneficial to
Everyone,
Everyone.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like on
I,
the
I
plane.
think too is a lot of things that I would want to do when I went somewhere we can't do yet. So I'm like, okay, cool. If I'm going to do all this extra work with the test, getting your COVID passport, and all these things too, it's like I'm going to wait till I can't be
Is
anywhere.
that a thing? COVID passport?
Yeah, to travel internationally too. Now you have like this check mark, this COVID. They're calling it like a COVID passport.
So my buddy is
Yeah.
moving from SF to Taiwan.
Oh wow.
oh wow.
Because of what's happening.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
based in SF. I'm just gonna show you guys a photo of his flight. You're gonna laugh.
Oh,
Is
wow.
it jam packed or is it
Yeah.
empty?
No, it's empty, but like
He had
Just-
a private
I'm just gonna show you
747.
first. Like this is his outfit before I get to
Oh wow, just head to toe.
full gear.
Full
Oh,
gear.
stop, dude!
Mask.
Full on surgical mask,
gear.
That's
surgical
how
coat.
it is though.
And then you look at everyone else on the flight, and they are all in the same.
Just
shit.
decked
No,
Oh
out.
my
wearing
god,
it.
dude! Oh my god!
So for people that can't
you
see
gotta
this,
post that. That'll go
full
viral.
surgical
That is
fucking-
fucking crazy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That
mask, goggles.
That's supposed to make you feel safer. That makes me.
That doesn't make me feel safe at all.
Way
Way worse.
less
No.
safe. That makes me feel
Yeah,
freaked
maybe.
the fuck out. If I saw a group of 10 people
Go
getting
on a plane
on
like
in
that?
complete
Or getting off.
full jumpsuits on my plane, I'd be like, okay, hold on.
I'm out, dude. I'm out. I'm fucking
here.
out, dude.
The one thing that's changed though, so in the beginning, right, I traveled probably a couple months ago. there was nobody on the planes, right? Then like a month and a half ago, there was always the middle seats open. The last one I just flew,
Yeah.
full plane.
Honestly, I
Oh,
think
really?
I think I would
man.
travel right now
Not
too if Melissa wasn't pregnant. Once she got
Yeah, yeah.
pregnant too, we were like, all right, cool, we're not pregnant. We're not traveling. So that was us for now. So I until my kid is born in March, ideally, hopefully everything's back, like you said, to normal again. March, April, spring, summer of next year too. Things will be then, and then we'll start traveling again. But until then, we're just just like Drew has baby. He's like, okay, cool, that's a wrap. I'm not going anywhere. at this
Yeah, I
point
didn't
now.
go anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
being careful. I mean, my sister just had a baby. I'm a new uncle.
Yeah.
She's like, you ain't seeing the baby if you've been out and about. I
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Yeah, we were the same way. Even our parents were like, "Yo, you
Yeah.
old fucks, you,
Yeah, for sure.
you mask up, dude, if you come in this house."
My parents just came to see me. That was their first flight, the whole thing too, and they came in with some accessories. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
They had
yeah.
the full
Yeah.
gear. Yeah,
Parent accessories are great.
Yeah, they
my
were
moms
just-
are the worst. I'm like, what are you? That's
they
not
were
even a real
stressed
thing. The extra fucking. what
It's
are you
weird.
doing?
It's weird to like hear your parents be like, oh hey, now what are you doing? Just shopping online for masks, flying in a week. Can't wait to see you. Like Jesus, it's such a 2020 conversation. But whatever. Hopefully we'll get back to the point.
What a time.
Yeah, right.
What a time.
I do want to talk about the business side of it too, because we really touch a lot about business on this podcast. And you are an independent artist, correct? And you have been your entire career.
Yeah, we'll do some songs with other record labels, like
Okay.
individual, but most of my stuff I release independently.
So what is that? What is the biggest benefit of that too? And like, how are you able to market yourself and do yourself? Is it just creative control essentially?
I love having the creative control, the ability to invest in the content that I want to invest in and recoup it myself, and just the freedom of being able to release what I want to when I want to without having someone else tell me no.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why I've stayed independent. It's more of an uphill battle, but like long term, it's definitely more rewarding.
yeah,
Awesome.
And so you actually have a record label that's not for profit.
Yeah.
Called
so,
Bloom.
So the label has donated over $350K to charity from profits, which is really, really
sweet.
exciting.
That's crazy.
And now we're taking a little break from that because I have no other revenue coming
Right.
in.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
once-
Yeah.
Once things pick up, we allocate capital to different charities that I support, that my fans support.
Sweet.
And we want to make it. We want to build the label in such a way that fans feel that as they listen to more music, they actually help raise money. All
That's
they have to
incredible.
do is listen.
That's
It's
amazing.
incredible.
In a for-profit business, yeah, you don't hear that often
Yeah.
by any means. What have you been able to do? You think more like some of the bigger accomplishments that you've had better by being an independent artist, like so far?
Creative
that's a
control,
hard
maybe?
one. Yeah, I mean, definitely having creative control, but I think it's as simple as like not being on anyone else's time, like being able to control my time.
Okay.
I think is really important because a lot of artists will sign a record deal and then they're stuck delivering product to the label
For a couple years.
on a time,
Yeah.
and then until they get out, they're stuck. They
Sure.
can only do what they're told, and that's not why I decided to make music.
Yeah.
So I could never do that.
Well, you said too that you were obviously wanted to go into finance or thought you wanted to go into finance prior to. So do you like being on the business side as much as you like being on the creative
Yeah,
side too?
it's definitely like left brain, right brain. Different
Yeah.
parts of the day,
Same.
I'm doing different things. Mornings, I'm doing business, and then afternoons, night times, I'm making music. That's usually like how my days go.
I mean, obviously, if you're an independent artist, it's a lot. Yeah, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. Like I definitely don't sleep. I mean, my Aura ring says that I sleep on average 6 hours a night, which is probably not good.
Excessive.
Yeah.
Probably
Excessive.
terrible. But it's what has gotten me where I am today, and what I think will continue carrying me through. And I love it. I love it. Like if I die young, so be it.
Killed it.
I did something cool, right? That's
Yeah.
my philosophy. So
Just casually in between all that too, throw in a digital art piece. You know?
Yeah. Who were some of the DJs growing up that you kind of looked up to or wanted to kind of
Or even just
model your career
artists,
after? Or any other artist. It
Any
doesn't have to
artist.
be EDM.
outside of EDM, I'm a big like Radiohead fan, Sigur Rós, like kind of like artsy indie stuff.
Sure.
Is always
Okay.
my jam. And then in the DJ world, I'm a huge Calvin Harris fan, Avicii fan,
Right.
Tiesto, who's now a good friend of mine, and growing up listening to that stuff was awesome. But as I started to grow as a DJ, I definitely think I draw inspiration from non-dance music stuff more.
Sure.
Now.
Okay.
Like I love the 1975. That a lot of their sound inspired my last album. I love like Flying Lotus on the instrumental hip hop side. That's influenced a lot of the kind of harder stuff that I've done. But I really like experimenting. I don't like making the same song over and over again.
Yeah.
So like we have some of the new stuff that I'm working on. I actually sing, but no one knows this. For 10 years, I've never sang on my own record.
Oh, wow.
So this record that I'm singing on is coming out. It's like clubby and it's really fucking weird. I'm really excited about it.
There you go. Okay.
And then, I also, what else is cool that's coming? I mean, I literally made a straight techno song, like straight tech.
Dope.
house.
Oh, shit.
Like really fucking deep.
Yeah, super deep and
like,
dark.
and I've trained my fans at this point where I started out doing one genre, like progressive house. Now I've released enough stuff all over the place that like they're ready for anything.
Yeah, they don't know what's coming next.
It took a second, because it's kind of hard for an artist to make different stuff and
Yeah.
still maintain the fans.
Yep.
But I feel like hopefully the continuity is the writing style of the music, right? Like everything is musical to some extent. It has this musical thread that I think is consistent across everything that I do, and hopefully the fans perceive that.
No, for sure. So you talked about all the people that you were inspired by. Did you ever have like a starstruck moment coming up when you first met somebody too, and you were like, "Oh shit,
That's this person.
yeah, this person's really dapping me up right now." Like you got some respect from an idol.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't really idolize other artists.
Okay.
But I think that's hard. That's actually a really hard question. I don't know. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I know like the first time Tiesto took me up on stage to play a song with him, that was sick.
It's like a sick
epic.
moment.
Yeah, that's gotta be
right?
dope feeling.
I still have that photo of us both being into it, like with our hands up. It was really cool. Like that was a special moment. But I don't like every artist is another human being.
For sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like Zed, who's a good friend of mine, like is one of the nicest regular human beings who has no ego whatsoever. He's just like a really great dude.
Yeah.
And most DJs I feel like are. I don't know if it's true in every genre, but DJs are generally like more behind the scenes artists. We make music in front of our computers and we play it. Our voices aren't like that big of a part
Yeah.
of our story.
That's a good way to put it.
And so I think most DJs that I've met have more reserved egos. And,
Sure.
I can't say the same about rappers that I've met.
Honestly, working in nightlife for a long time that I did too. Yeah, I got to meet pretty much all the DJs that we had at Oxon Group and a couple other brands too. And everyone honestly was super down to earth, always a
Right.
good time. We're very welcoming, just happy to be. And like over the years, I really saw that your community, right, the DJ community, the support to each other was crazy.
Right, and the reason why that exists is unique to dance music. It's because we all play each other's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Very
that creates this like unique bond between everyone, the whole community. The fact that the DJs are connected as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a really big part of it.
Is that like because it's like and does it feel for you like that's a cosign from somebody else? Like, oh, Tiesto or whoever else just played my song too. Like, oh, dope. Like they thought that song was dope enough to play in their set.
Our fans love when multiple DJs they love collaborate.
That's right.
One of I did a back-to-back set at EDC with Audion, who's a good friend of mine, and like we have very similar fans. We both make melodic, kind of emotional music for the most part, and people just go crazy for those collaborative efforts between two artists that they
Yeah.
like a lot of people. Millennium's been exploding over the past couple of years. Like I did a remix for him, and like fans love that. Almost more like fans love the collaborative stuff. Sometimes even more than the individual stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Definitely.
they feel like their tastes are being melded into
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that whole guest spot too. I mean, when there's a feature on a song too, everybody likes that too, and especially like I know when a DJ would be on stage too, and like someone else would come
They'd
up,
bring
and
up their boy,
yeah,
yeah,
they'd bring up
it's
the boy.
fucking
Everyone
sick.
will go crazy, right? Too. It's like the fandom of it all too, really, and like the fact that there's more up there too, and you guys are collaborating together too. I always thought that was probably the coolest part about the community was everyone kind of went to see each other play. Always would go out and check each other out, whether it was a nighttime or daytime. Or
Oh
vice
yeah, and we
versa.
learn like the
Yeah.
stuff they're playing. We like, oh, what was that one? I want to play that one. It's like it's a very collaborative effort.
Yeah,
Sick.
Yeah, that was like sick. Outside of music, by the way, too, I hear that you're a huge sneakerhead.
I am.
So would a collab shoe ever be like a huge pinnacle of
Yeah,
success
I
for
mean,
you guys?
I would love to do something like that. I think it would be. I've tried. It's hard. It's hard to convince the
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
to do DJ stuff. I don't know why. Like I've had the conversation. They all want to do stuff with rappers and not as much DJs. Like there haven't been that many DJs that have done collaborative sneakers.
That would be
but-
epic.
That'd be dope, yeah.
But we are doing like I do have I don't know. Probably can't say too much about it. But I'm doing a drop of like merch that's non-sneaker stuff, but with a bunch of other companies that are super reputable in the streetwear space. So
Okay.
like
Okay.
different collabs.
That's right.
That's dope, yeah.
Yeah.
That should be pretty cool. But a
Yeah.
sneaker would be sick down the line.
Seriously,
Absolutely.
I'd love to.
If
If
you
the
could do a
opportunity
sneaker
was
collab,
there.
who would it be? Who would it be with?
Oh, that's so hard.
It's
I mean,
hard,
obviously Nike or Adidas for me. Like,
Okay.
I love both for different
Yeah.
reasons. I'm a big Yeezy guy. I mean, but I also, I don't know. My favorite sneaker is actually the 4Ds, the Adidas 4Ds.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I love that 3D printed sole.
It's so
like,
crazy.
It's like a cloud when you're walking on it. It's
Yeah.
freaking awesome. So I would love to do like my own 4D. Like Daniel Arsham did one. I
Yep.
don't know if you guys know.
Yeah, of
I have
course.
a pair of those. They're freaking awesome. I would love to do like a Blau 4D sneaker.
Wow, that's rad.
You two little sneakerheads over here.
Yeah,
dude.
let's
Both you
go.
guys.
Dude.
Both you
Adidas,
guys.
if you're
Hey,
listening,
JR, Adidas.
Yeah, JR, come on, put it to
bro,
work.
bro.
It's his birthday and stuff
It's
too,
his
right?
birthday
Yeah,
today.
exactly.
My boy had Adidas birthday today.
Yeah. So JR, if you're listening, come on, man. You have a new sector right now. Stop worrying about basketball and baseball so much.
They
I
give
got
me
it.
a lot of free shit, but
Yeah.
like designing my own sneaker, I'm not big enough for that yet. You know.
Okay. Slowly but surely, we're working on it. Once the digital art pops off.
Well, right, yeah, because they love collaborating with like artists.
Artists,
Like,
yeah,
Daniel
super dope.
Arsham, you know, is a great example.
Exactly.
So like maybe as the digital art grows, maybe they'll be like,
Arsham does these molded art pieces of like relics, right? So it's like a cassette player, a basketball, or something
Yeah.
like that. It's really sick. It's dope stuff. It has like crystallized.
it's kind of apocalyptic art.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
But it's all white and super clean. It's really dope.
I'm with it.
It's rad.
I want some.
I want it.
I need it. I need it all, dude.
Daniel Arsham shit's expensive.
Expensive, man.
I
Yeah,
need
but it's
just
cool.
If you ever guys
Yeah.
go to like Kith, all the shoes.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Oh shit, got it.
Okay. I like it. See, a lot of stuff in the pipeline, I feel like, is coming out right now. You know? It could happen.
It's a good time for creatives.
The brainstorming here is
Well,
nice.
it wasn't for a bit when COVID hit. I think everyone went through like this phase of like
Dude, I went on a rut.
non-inspiration.
For sure, 100%.
But, like I think lately it's starting to turn around.
It's coming back,
Yeah,
guys.
100%.
I feel it.
I like too that there's, we're trying to showcase as many people who like are living in Las Vegas. Obviously, not a lot of people are coming here who are performers and stuff too. So it's really cool to have you on here too. And it's nice to see that people obviously that are performing in Vegas actually like live here too. I mean, I love that Carnage lives here, Aoki
Yeah,
lives here
yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know, so we got a little DJ community.
Nightmare's
yeah,
here.
Nightmare lives
Oh, yeah.
here too. Yeah, so we got a good little community here in Vegas. Borges still lives here too. I think too.
Yeah. Well, I see him from time to time, but like more and more DJs I think are going to move here from LA, given the circuit. Like a lot of people are moving here now, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Vegas is going to grow a lot in the next. It's the closest city to LA, and a lot of people want to get the fuck out of LA. So.
Yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure.
100%.
For
Yeah,
sure.
we're big advocates. You know what I'm saying? The good people come on down. If you're a little questionable, stay in California.
Just stay in LA, man.
Stay in
Stay in LA.
California. Stay in California. Well, look, man, this was incredible too. We really appreciate you coming on too. We're gonna wrap this up. So we do a segment called Eat It, Drink It, Binge It, where we recommend someone to eat something, drink something, or binge something. It can be music. It can be streaming.
TV
it can be
show.
book. TV show.
I got the answers.
Boom.
Damn,
I
bro,
like
he's-
it. I
love
like
it.
it.
I
I
love
like
it.
it. I like it too. I'll start real quick too, so we can go around too. But it can be anything. But my actual eat it this week too is a Vegas restaurant too called La Strega. I finally went.
Love
It's
it.
fire.
It's
It's
great.
fire.
What is that?
Yeah.
La Strega, it's Italian. Like
right
it's
by
like,
my place.
It's like more like modern Italian, right? Too.
Yeah.
It's not real like home style Italian,
Yeah.
but modern Italian too. We went there and they sent out a bunch of dishes. We got to try everything too. Crazy shrimp dishes there too. Pasta's unbelievable. La Strega, it's in Summerlin. Super good. Super good. Could not recommend it more. Too fun. It's like light-hearted environment.
super
too.
dope.
Yeah. Really good.
So mine is I always go to the Earth Cafe to get like my away from my Palazzo gig and try to
Nice
get
$17 smoothie.
Yeah, this guy over here, dude.
right?
Okay.
But I usually always get like something like little panini. This time I got the beef hash breakfast. Yo, it was low key fire. They had actual beef, shredded eggs. It was dope. I had to get my little sunrise matcha thing. Dude, they put espresso in a blended matcha drink. I was
yeah.
wired.
I'm down for that. I'm down for
I was
that.
fucking wired.
I like it.
But yeah, Earth
sounds
Cafe.
fire.
I like it. That's a $65
Earth Cafe.
breakfast right there.
I'm not gonna lie, it was
Yeah.
$65.
That was $65 breakfast right there. 100%.
They asked me, they looked at me, they go, do you work for the win? I go, yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, no, you don't.
It's that Kylie Jenner went here one time 4 years ago tax, you know?
Yeah, the Earth Cafe. I think it's on Santa Monica or either Sunset in Hollywood. The original one.
The original one.
Yeah, super packed.
Yeah, that's
Always,
the one.
bro.
Always
Always,
packed.
Yeah.
always packed.
That's the one. That's when Entourage was hot too. Like they went
Yeah.
there every episode
Yeah.
of Entourage. They're
Yeah,
eating
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Earth Cafe.
Yeah.
Classic. All right, what are you eating, Drew?
So obviously, people needed to find different ways to bring in income during COVID, and all these restaurateurs are now trying to do online presences and online delivery.
Yeah.
There's a dumpling delivery company.
Oh, that's
based
my jam.
based out of Cali. It's called Cali Dumpling Delivery. They just launched
Nice.
in Vegas.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You order dumplings, they deliver them to your door frozen. They give you the steamers, the dumplings.
Oh, that's
Give
what
you
I
the
said. So they
steamers?
give you the steamers.
That's what I got, bro.
Oh,
and
shit.
super easy to make.
Please link me.
I got you.
I'm a huge dim sum fan.
I got you. The XLBs, little soup dumplings, the pork and shrimp dumplings. They have vegetarian options. They were
I'm ready.
fired.
But
And
they
I'm-
said you steamers?
yeah, so I'm not a chef.
Are they frozen or are they refrigerated?
No. So they're frozen.
Okay.
But you steam them frozen.
Yeah, you steam 'em
You don't let
frozen.
them thaw.
Okay.
They were fire, and I'm not a chef. Super easy to make. You just put a little fucking
Sold.
in the steamer.
Sold.
Boil the other ones. They're
Coming with the steamers,
Fire.
that's the clutch moment
Yeah,
right
that's
there
rad.
too.
They were fire.
Wow.
Cali Dumpling Delivery.
Great business model.
I like
Shout out to
that.
Cali Dumpling Delivery.
I got you.
Love that.
that.
All right, what do you got?
Mine is my favorite restaurant in Vegas for the seafood. I'm a big sushi guy. Sen of Japan, classic.
Fire.
Sen of Japan.
Fire.
I at least once a week.
Damn.
Pick it up. It's the best. It's my favorite.
There you go.
What's your thing? Was it like
what do you
a
get?
roll? or
I'll
is
just
it
do like lots of different nigiri.
Okay.
I'll do like 2 pieces of uni, 2 pieces of ikra, 2 pieces of yellowtail, 2 pieces. Like I'll just like do whatever I'm in the mood for, and that's it.
Wow.
Easy, dude.
San Japan's quality though too.
No, San Japan's fire.
San Japan is quality for sure. I haven't been there in a minute actually.
It's
too.
fire.
It might
Yeah.
be a nice little throwback.
Yeah.
Drink it. So I actually got this. Like, gift season's coming up, and I actually used it as a gift a few times. It's called Vine Box, and it's like
Is it wine?
Yeah, it's
bro.
wine.
Every fucking week, this guy's wine,
every
bro.
fucking
Every
wine.
fucking week.
love wine.
It's either wines or $40 salads for this one.
Yeah, bro.
Donate. Earth Cafe. Give me a fucking break over here too. You got, you know, bleeding matcha over here. No, it's dope. So it's like they're like in like little cylinder, kind of looks like vials, I guess, too. But they're like you can try all these different types of wine. So it's like essentially one glass in a vial, and they come in like cool different containers. And it's like a box set of 6 of them, so you can try a bunch of different wines. It's kind of for people who don't really drink a whole bottle of wine. They don't want to open up a whole bottle. But there's a bunch of different kinds.
That's
you can get
cool.
it different ways too. And so I would send it to a lot of people, and they have a bunch of new ones coming out this year. And we actually got one, and the wines are actually really good.
Oh, shit.
And they're not. It's not expensive at all.
Yeah.
It's like six wines too. I think it's for like, I don't know, like $40-$50 or whatever too. So it's not a lot.
And then
of
like
money.
if you like it, you get to buy the bottle or something.
Yeah, and if you like it, you can go buy bigger ones
Yeah,
too.
that's right.
And it comes in these like cool little vials, so it's not like a huge package or anything. It's just a really cool box. It's dope. Really great branding. They killed everything to it, and obviously during Thanksgiving, Christmas season, crush it. But if you don't want to get too drunk on wine, get these little singles. Vine Box.
Vine box. Wow.
Don't hate on the wine, bro.
So last time, this guy over here brought us 7 leaves. I posted on my Instagram walking outside, right? And everybody was like, "What's the hidden menu? What's the hidden menu drink? Whatever."
Okay.
So for everybody that's listening, it's the Strawberry Passion.
Run
It's a
that.
non-menu item.
Run that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Sunset Passion.
What's 7 leaves?
Seven Leaves is a coffee and tea spot here, and
Yeah.
based
shit.
out of Southern California, but
Yeah.
they just expanded.
I haven't
to
been.
Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like
fire.
your local boba spot.
Okay.
kind
Oh,
of.
sick.
It's
Fire.
but it's
More known
fire.
for their house coffee.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
down.
So Sunset Passion or Strawberry Passion.
Strawberry Passion.
It's a mixed blend of both those. There it is.
half strawberry hibiscus, half sunset passion. Fire.
Wow.
Fire.
It's crack.
I'm down.
DMs
Everything's good
DMs
there,
went
yeah.
crazy. So
Yeah,
next time, bring
everything's
me
good
another
there.
drink.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I was just there earlier too.
Yeah.
I should've brought you. My bad.
Yeah, when Melissa gets her like one caffeine drink like a month for the pregnancy, she's like, let's go 7 Leaves.
House coffee. You
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
careful, man.
Smash
That
it.
Vietnamese coffee is fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
wired,
fuck,
bro.
that's my
It'll have you
Wired, dude.
wired, bro.
Oh, you brought it with you. It's samples this time.
No samples. No
It's
samples.
empty?
It's empty.
It's
bro.
empty
But I was in a fucking pinch, man, on the way
Absolute
here. I was in
trash.
meetings. I was in meetings
Garbage.
before this, running late, stopped at a gas station, found this. I was just gonna get a regular bullshit little protein shake, whatever, just to tide me over.
It shows. You look great. Yeah.
Filling up that jersey pretty
This
nice.
is called Ripple. It's a protein shake, but it's pure plant protein. So it's pea protein. So
And
I
it's
don't
coffee.
And there's coffee in it, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't like the whey protein because all the dairy and shit. You get the protein farts. Nah. So this is-
coffee with protein? That's a lot.
No,
That's
it's
a lot
not
happening.
I don't get protein farts.
Yeah.
So this is just coffee flavoring, and there's just a slight little additive of caffeine from
Okay.
the coffee. But it's called Ripple Nutrition in the gas stations.
I'd say usually a cup of
Plant-based,
coffee and a protein
dairy-free,
shake at once.
Nut free. So yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Last one.
not sponsored, but can be sponsored for a nominal fee.
Yeah, put
Yeah,
them in there.
holla at us.
Maybe
Holla at
Ripple
us.
if you're lucky. All right. What do you got? What are you drinking?
Man, so there's another local Vegas spirit company sent me a bottle of their like spiced absinthe. It's called Wildfly.
Ooh, sounds
Nice.
fire.
It's like a gin. I'm not an absinthe guy. This was unbelievable. It's like it's basically if Fireball was ginger flavored and way more tasty than Fireball is.
Wow, I love that.
I
I
love
love
ginger.
ginger.
Ginger's
yeah.
my shit.
Really good. I don't even know how to describe the flavor. It's that unique. It's very sweet alcohol. So like you do a little bit of that and soda or something.
water,
yeah.
Or like make a Moscow Mule with it and vodka. Like it's my new jam. I really like it. It's a local kid started this company.
What's it called?
Wildfly.
Wildfly. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll look it up for sure.
There you go. I
That's
like
right.
it.
Their branding is like super Game of Thrones style. Like
Okay.
Oh, I like that
fairy,
shit.
Fairy like game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
That's my
cool.
shit.
It's really
Yeah.
on point. Like unexpectedly amazing thing that I haven't tasted before.
I respect anyone from Vegas trying to do liquor companies.
Absolutely,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? That's
Just
for sure.
saying, yeah.
All right, Binge It for me. You know what I watched the other day too? Was the Iron Cowboy documentary. The Iron Cowboy did 50 Ironmans in 50 days in 50 states.
What?
Absolutely ridiculous. This guy is a complete and utter machine.
Superhero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
what the fuck?
Literally unbelievable. He broke the record for half marathons in a month. Then he broke the record for doing Ironmans in a month.
Keep making me feel bad about my
Yeah.
health,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Bro, it was unbelievable. So this guy did 50 Ironmans in 50 states, traveling, logistics, the whole 9 yards too, every single day. It was Ironman length
Okay, got it.
In each state, obviously they weren't actual Ironman
Sure.
races, so but he did the Ironman length race in each state every single day for 50 days in a row, 50, 50, 50.
That's
My legs will fall off.
It's on Amazon. It's crazy. It's like I could not believe what I was watching to see him just what he like accomplished, how his body actually
absolutely no
handled it.
recovery time. Like,
No, zero.
zero.
Zero recovering time, and he was getting late at one time too. And there was times too where he had to make up time. So he did 2 Ironman length races back to back with no sleep, so he could catch up on time.
Get out.
What is it's like 50 miles on a bike?
No, it's like it's you swim like 2 miles,
Yeah.
2.1 miles. You bike like 115 miles,
115 miles?
and then you run a full marathon, 26 miles
Come on, bro.
every day for 50 days.
There's no way.
Unbelievable. It's on Amazon. Amazon Prime. Check it out.
Check it out.
They call him the Iron Cowboy.
All right.
Respect. Sick.
So I just found this documentary this week on Netflix. It's called Song Exploder. It's like series of this guy who I guess he has a podcast, and they found him that he kind of breaks down a song and goes what's into the song. So basically, he went to like Lin-Manuel Miranda, talked about Hamilton. There's a song that called "Wait for It," and he literally breaks down the whole song with Lin, and he goes, what were you doing when you started thinking about the lyrics in here? And he goes to like the label and goes, all right, give me all the samples, and he literally got like the samples, he got
Stems.
all the stems of it,
Yeah.
and he's like breaking it down, and like he has like the audio of like Lin-Manuel on a fucking like on a train going to a party, and he's like singing the song just so he remembers it later on, but he gets all these little pieces.
That's
and
cool.
He breaks down the whole song. So he does them, or he does him, he does Ty Dolla $ign, it's the song LA, he does Alicia Keys, and he does REM. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, I'm obviously not in the music industry, and it was so cool to see.
I wanna check that
all
out.
the steps. So Song
Yeah.
Exploder on Netflix. It just came out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rad.
Okay.
Wow.
I like that.
Fuck me, dude.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah. New stuff popping out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to binge. Jeff sent it earlier to our group text. Sophia Franklin from Call Her Daddy.
She got it.
The dynamic Call Her Daddy
Yeah.
duo that split up. Sophia Franklin just launched her new podcast, Sophia with an F.
Yeah.
By far the hotter of the 2 Call Her Daddy girls,
But not the smarter.
but not the smarter one.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see
I
if this
know, we'll
pops
find
off.
out.
It's already got 14,000 comments on her.
Oh my God.
On her
Wow.
post.
Yeah.
So
She's
and
back.
she's great to look at. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna binge it. I'll let you guys know how it is.
Either way, she's going to win this because of all the hoopla that
Oh,
went down.
100%.
Call Her
Everyone's
Daddy.
tuning into it for
For
sure.
sure. 100%. We'll see if she talks about the drama on the time too.
Yeah, we'll see.
She has to do an episode
Yeah,
on
for sure.
it. She has to.
Battle. Podcast battle.
Oh man. So I have 2. Is that allowed?
Yeah,
Let's
of
go.
course.
Do whatever you
Two
want.
opposite ends of the spectrum.
Love it.
One, my mom growing up worked at a theme park in New Jersey called Action Park. There's a new
Okay.
documentary about it called Class Action Park. 'Cause
Ooh.
the story behind this park is it was a rich Wall Street guy who owned a ski resort and decided that they needed to monetize during the summer. So they built a water park. It was a very popular water park on the East Coast. Everyone would go. They had thousands and
saw that.
thousands of people. And what he was known for is he'd create these rides like without consulting scientists or anything. And there was no internet. And people would just like get hurt, die,
Fly off.
fly off.
Yeah, yeah.
He built a looping slide, which is like not a thing scientifically or like when you
Just
physics behind it don't
50-50
work.
chance going on
he
it.
would, and he would throw dummy dolls in, and they'd come out discombobulated, and then he'd pay like people $100, like human kids. Oh, here's $100, give it a try. And like if they came out alive, they'd be like, cool, it's good to go.
Yeah.
And there were like lawsuits and tax fraud and all this shit. But what's so fascinating about this particular documentary called Class Action Lawsuit is that it could never exist in today's environment with the internet.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no
yeah.
way.
Without the
No.
internet, like
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Kids would go, like girls would flash their tits when they're like swinging off the Tarzan swing. Like they hired all 16-year-olds as lifeguards. It was just a disaster.
Wild.
But in the 80s, no one gave a fuck.
Yeah, no one cares. Yeah.
And nobody would find out.
And
What's
hearing,
the worst that could happen?
and just hearing like people's stories, like they're all older now, but hearing them talk about this theme park that was basically an anything goes clusterfuck it was really, really funny.
Where was this at?
Action Park was in Jersey.
In Jersey.
I saw the
name of the
previews for this.
documentary is called Class Action
Class
Park.
Action, I saw that.
It is so funny because they found really good commentators. They make fun of it. Like it's just great. Just watch it.
I can't
It's
wait.
awesome.
I'm gonna watch
It's
that
not
for
that
sure.
long of a documentary.
What platform is it?
I think it's Amazon.
Okay,
It gets a
cool. I'm
little
watching.
boring in the second half. So they go through like more of the like factual stuff, but the first half of it's just hilarious to think that this thing existed. And then you
Just
think about
pure nonsense.
how everyone is so politically correct today, but like these guys were like people were like breaking their arms left and right, and like one ride they like put a hamster ball in a slide, and it somehow like it went off the end of the track and like ended up crossing a street into a
Yeah,
lake,
dude.
crossing
go,
the highway, and no one happened to hit
I
it.
love
Yeah,
it.
it's fucking crazy shit. So that's good. And then my other one is like my guilty pleasure when I'm on my laptop at night and I'm getting some emails done. Love Island.
Love Island?
Yeah,
Let's go, dude.
loves the trash reality. TV.
I love the trash
Yo,
reality.
shout out
dude.
to Love
They
Island
just-
though.
And they just did it here in Vegas.
Yeah, shout out to Love
I love
Island for
it,
doing it in
dude.
Vegas.
I love
Every
it.
day that I was watching, I was like, I'm only 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Let me just hop on in there.
Dude, we got to get one of those homies on here.
Yeah, guest appearances.
Yeah.
We got to, for
we
sure.
can.
Yeah.
I'll get one of them. Yeah.
They're in the bubble.
Yeah.
They were in the bubble.
Yeah, once it's
they
over,
were
we
in,
get
they were in Love Island bubble.
rad.
Love it. Drew's the king of
loves
trash,
that
trash reality.
Sunset,
Trash
selling
reality.
Sunset,
All of it,
like,
dude.
all
Oh,
the-
selling Sunset. Oh,
Let's go, dude.
We're friends
Hey, all the
already.
trash. Give me all the fucking
100%.
trash.
Give me
dude.
some other trash. Like I'm actually new to trash television.
I'll formulate a nice little list. Dude.
Yeah, yeah, we'll
Send it over to
say-
you.
He crushed it every week. That's what it
Bachelor's
is.
like not as much my thing. Like Love Island to me is like way
No,
better.
see, I got forced to watch The Bachelor because of my chick, but other than that, I don't like The Bachelor.
No. There's way better trash.
Love Island. Love Island, the
is-
trash.
yeah,
Selling
selling
Sunsets, the
Sunset.
trash.
It's the new age trash. It's
Yeah.
getting better.
I
the
just
trash.
want. I love when I watch trash. I love like watching how fucking dumb people.
Oh,
are.
yeah,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
horrible. They're the worst.
Bachelor like has a little bit of that, but like Love Island is
Oh,
just
it's
a
stupid.
They dive
sloppy
in.
mess.
They dive
I
in.
love it.
And then you get addicted to the trash and you just want more. Feed me the fucking
Yeah,
trash.
you want to look away, but your one eye's like, come on.
Trash.
He's gonna
Trash.
do it. Great. Awesome episode, man. Thank you for coming on, Blau.
Thanks for having me.
Seriously,
appreciate it, man.
appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest
Shout
of
out to
your
Chris Provino for putting this all together
There
here.
he is. Love you,
Yeah,
Chris.
we have an audience here today. It's been awesome. Guys, check us out at The Residency Pod on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe. Give us those 5 stars on Apple. Skyrocketing through the charts as always on entertainment news. So keep doing those reviews if you can. Give us 5 stars and right on it too.
5 stars.
100%. 5 stars. The
5
whole
stars.
time. We appreciate you. See us next time. Let's go.
Peace.
done, dude.
Thank
Awesome.
you.